Well, as we enter day 4 of the government shutdown, we have heard a common refrain from Democrats. They are categorical on this one point. They claim Republicans are lying when they say that Democrats want to provide health care for illegal immigrants.
The idea that this is an effort to make sure that illegal immigrants can get health care is just not true.
Don't keep saying lies. The Democrats want to give full health care to illegal immigrants.
When they say that undocumented immigrants are going to get this money, it's a lie, plain and simple.
No federal dollars are spent on people who are undocumented.
It's a lie, but perhaps they've forgotten this.
Raise your hand if your government plan would provide coverage for undocumented immigrants. Okay.
I am opposed to any policy that would deny in our country any human being from access to public safety, public education, or public health, period.
You cannot let people who are sick, no matter where they come from, no matter what their status, go uncovered.
We do ourselves no favors by having 11 million undocumented people in our country be unable to access health care.
So we brought the receipts. Joining me now is Republican Tennessee Congressman Tim Burchett. You know, Tim, the CNN fact checker emerged from the dark cave that they had been hiding in. And here's what they found. I want to pull this up. Fact check, CNN, Trump falsely claims Democrats want to give free health care to illegal aliens in government shutdown battle. Well, as I provided for my friend and colleague Jessica Tarlov yesterday, page 57 of Schumer's resolution does just that. Tell us what exactly is going on.
Well, it's Schumer. It's Section 2141, and actually Jake Tapper, of all people on CNN, called out Hakeem on it, and he was just dumbfounded. You can't imagine that they're not, handing them out the free stuff. But the reality is, it's Chuck Schumer's. It's his ego, ma'am. All this is Schumer sees in his rearview mirror Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and he knows that a literally Marxist communist is going to win the mayor of New York. And that is Schumer's base, and he realizes he's lost his base. So he'll shut the whole country down just to stay in power, which is what we've seen time and time again. The Democrat Party is supposed to be this party of the youth, and look at Pelosi and Schumer. I think Schumer might have been skiing behind Noah's Ark or something. These people are ancient, and they keep trying to run the country, and they're lying. And the thing that you got to realize now, the cool thing is that ABC, NBC, CBS, MSNBC, and the cluckheads at The View, they're spewing out all these lies, but now nobody is listening to them anymore. The Democrat Party, originally, everything the DNC would put out, the leadership would put out, and then they would all have to have cover there because nobody would check it up. But people are reading these bills. They're checking it out. They're finding out on page 57 that the Democrats are lying, and they've got nowhere to run. The Republicans voted to keep government open, and the Democrats want $1.5 trillion in there to basically fund health care for illegals, and it's in the bill.
Well, Congressman Burchett, Chuck Schumer, he said last night that you're the problem. He said this, that you in the House of Representatives, you guys are going home and getting paid rather than staying and doing your job. But last time I checked, the House of Representatives passed a CR.
That's correct. Chuck needs to go back to his front porch and grill raw hamburgers with cheese on them, ma'am, because that's about all he's good for. He's lying. The public knows it. He's caught up in it, and the Democrats have nowhere to run. The Republicans passed the bill. We voted to keep government open. They continuously lie, and no one is buying it. Even CNN at some point is calling them out on this stuff, and nobody's buying it. We've already done our work. We're just waiting on the Democrats.
Congressman Burchett, I want to ask you about something that gravely concerns me as a mom. This went viral this week that on Netflix, there is actually transgender content. I was very disturbed by this. I went and looked. I allow my daughter to watch some shows that I vetted, that I like. One of the shows was a remake from when I was a child. I thought it was just fine. I Googled it. As it turns out, there's transgender content in there. As it turns out, it was a show that she was watching at the age of 5 years old. Now I'm deleting Netflix from the iPads. I'm going to look very closely. What can you do in Congress? Elon Musk, he said this, cancel Netflix. You see it there. What can you guys do in Congress?
Well, Elon was kind enough to retweet one of my tweets when or X's when I was on the Benny Show this past week. We need to call the heads in of Netflix and some of these other left-wing propaganda outlets that are out there. We have a First Amendment concern, of course, but this is the FCC, and there is something called community standards, and we need to know, why are they putting this thing out? I've kind of dug into this a little bit more, and the way they do it is they do these scenes and they switch them around very fast. The old days, Andy Griffith, it was just one camera and it was great. And they do different scenes and it's moving around every few seconds, and that releases certain things in young children's minds. And we need to find out, why are they doing it like this? Because this is attracting their brains. This is molding their brains. In the 50s and 60s, they did a study one time, and they put a soft drink. They put 3 slides of it in a movie one time. A soft drink with the water coming off the side. You could tell it was really cold, but you didn't see it, but your brain picked it up. And they made that illegal because people were rushing out buying soft drinks, of course. And this is exactly what they're doing now. It's possible that Congress needs to outlaw this type of activity, and it's really just a way to move kids' young minds. And the one thing we found out during COVID, we started looking over kids' shoulders at what their teachers, what they were getting from their schools. And these young Americans, these young children, we ought to have more control over, are soaking this stuff up. And that's why you're seeing the explosion of transgender and all this. And to me, ma'am, it's demonic. I'm a believer. I know you're a believer, but I believe this is from the pits of hell.
Yep,
and I thank you for being a working mom, and you're a good mama. So thank you.
I totally agree. It's good versus evil. And this is Kids Netflix. And I'm thrilled to hear that you're going to call some of these guys before Congress to get some answers. I'll be watching that hearing. Congressman Tim Burchett, thank you.
Hey, it's Will Cain. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Cain podcast for full episodes right now.